Welcome to another In Wheel Time podcast, a 30-minute mini version of the In Wheel Time car show that airs live every Saturday morning, 8 to 11 a.m. Central.
I don't know whether we're celebrating it or not, but we're 10 years in this award-winning car talk show. It's called In Wheel Time. Today coming to you from Studio A in Texas, USA. I'm not going to let you talk.
I noticed.
Just ahead, we're going to talk to, there's some bit of an argument in the studio of whether it's Peltier or Peltier.
Peltier.
At Evadale Raceway. We're trying to get him lined up right now. Tall Pine of East Texas Drag Strip. We'll take a look at the events calendar. Mr. Mars reviews the 2021, what, Mars?
Cadillac CT5-V.
Woo-hoo.
Do you have that in this
I do
machine?
have that in there. Yep.
Okay, so here.
So apparently I can't
hold on just a
type
minute.
and write at the same time.
Cadillac CT5-V. Okay.
And then you put hubba hubba after that.
Something like that. Howdy, along with Mike out of this world bars, because that's clearly where he was when he helped produce today's program.
Out of this world?
Out of this world. And then there is King Conrad DeLong.
I'm still trying to figure out how we win awards for doing this.
Exactly. Mr. Toenails himself right here. Matter of fact, I think we're going to change it from King Conrad DeLong to Pedicure DeLong.
A toenail. I could be named after an Alfa Romeo.
That's right, Toenail.
There you go.
The new Alfa Romeo Toenail.
He's not Alpha.
Does anybody, do people not, when they name things,
There's
do they
got to
not?
be an accent or something on there.
It's probably Tonali or something like that.
Yeah, it's
but
gotta be
in the English words, and they're going to sell this car here, it looks like Toenail.
Yeah.
Tonale.
Well, you got to remember, Nova had a weird thing in South America.
A weird meaning, yeah.
And so did Pajero.
So did
Mitsubishi. The Mitsubishi Pajero.
Pajero.
Yeah.
So-
and I called it the Pajero, which is a completely different meaning that we don't even want to go there.
Yep.
But
So, it'll be an interesting thing to do for our Facebook page is some of the just out of their mind car names as well as logos that they've done through the years.
But
Shake on that.
you stop and think about it. Now in today's world, it's a global automobile industry.
Yeah.
So, they may have the same car that goes to South America that's sold here in the United States, but it's called one thing in the United States and something else in South America.
No, very common.
Right.
Australia, same
So
thing.
why don't they do that with the Toenail?
Because it's got a fungus among us.
There are some things that make sense, but that doesn't make sense to me.
It was a music group called Captain and Toenail. Was that?
Captain and Toenail. That's perfect.
It could be.
Yeah. Well, I think you look back on it now and you'd probably think,
Nah.
I actually paid real green money
To go see him.
to go see the Captain and Toenail in Lake Tahoe because there was nothing else there to see.
Lake Tahoe.
Lake Tahoe. They were
Beautiful
playing.
place.
They were playing in Lake Tahoe, and I have to tell you that I was, to say the least, disappointed.
Oh.
Really?
It was not a show like you would expect.
Didn't get backstage.
If
did
you went to see Barry Manilow, now that's a show. It's a show orchestra. The whole thing is a show. It's highly produced. But you go and you see a female singer and her husband at the time playing the piano who has – this room has more personality than he does.
Oh, wow.
Oh, yeah.
We win awards for this.
We do.
And they made millions. There's something wrong with this picture.
It's backwards.
Sorry. I digress.
Oh, we like it, though. This whole show has digressed.
In Lake Tahoe, of all
801.
places, which is like 3 hours from everywhere.
Yeah.
You really got to want to go to Lake Tahoe to get there. Stunningly beautiful location.
I understand that they actually have an airport there.
Yeah, they do.
But I can't imagine where or how.
Well, the easier thing would be to fly into Reno and then drive down
No,
to
it's
Tahoe.
not the easy thing to do
No,
because
it's not.
that's what I did.
No.
Then you have to drive 3 hours to go up
Oh,
the
wow.
mountain to get up there where the
Through the
volcano used to
switchbacks,
be.
Yeah.
That is the deepest lake in the world. It's like 600 plus feet.
Wow.
I would believe it because the water is crystal clear, but you look in there and it's black because it's so deep
And
down
it's
in
cold.
there.
Yeah.
It's very cold.
But they say down there, you said it is the caldera of a volcano.
right.
Yeah.
And you know what else is up on North Lake Tahoe?
Squaw Valley,
Well, I don't know about that,
the ski resort.
but I can tell you that is also the filming location for the outside shots of Bonanza.
Right. Yeah, that's on the northeast side of it. And then straight north is where they filmed The Godfather Part 2 when they dumped Fredo in Lake Tahoe.
Is that where it
Yeah,
was?
there's actually there is a
Is it Fredo or
home
Guido?
Fredo. There's a home there that was used in the filming, and that's where the boat went out when they put cement shoes on Fredo and fed him to the fish.
Well, they shot him. Well, Michael shot him first and then dumped him in there.
Hoss Cartwright was on The Rifleman the other day.
Hoss Cartwright was quite known. He did some Corvette commercials as well.
Yeah, he did truck commercials too.
Well, I think you're talking about that 60s. Back in the 60s, the car manufacturers got into this full line, basically presentation of their entire lineup of cars.
See the USA in your
Chevrolet.
There you go.
That would be
Who did
Dinah
it?
Shore.
Dinah Shore, yeah.
And that would be George Skelton's aunt or something flying the plane over
Yep.
the top. So there's the tie back. There you go, George.
go,
I'll give you
George.
one there. Thank you.
Yeah. So, how are we looking down there, Mr. Mars?
Well, we've got
We see
audio,
his-
but
we
we've
see
got
his
a
name on the
video
screen.
problem.
Yeah, we had him and then we lost him.
Yeah.
But can we talk to him
Well, I'm
while you
working on
work
that.
on his video?
I'm working on
Oh,
that.
look, there he is.
Ta-da.
Maybe. No,
no, that's somebody else.
he's at the track.
No, you know who that? You know who that is? That's Conrad's toenail person.
There you go.
You've dialed the wrong number again, Mr.
Again.
Mars.
I don't think so. No, his shirt says Evandale.
Let me ask you something.
Evadale, not Evandale. There's no in there.
Do
Evadale.
you actually have one person that you go see at the toenail shop?
Yeah, because none of the rest of them would touch my toes. Yeah, Ralph, she used to have a shop that had multiple girls worked in it now.
I'm having trouble sitting next to you.
Since COVID, it's just down to Cindy.
I noticed that you are leaning
know,
kind
I'm
of
leaning
toward
over
me.
this way.
Yeah, exactly.
But now Cindy is the sole.
Are you going to call her right now?
Right now.
No, but we're going to give her phone number out.
Oh, my God. Don't. Well, you go there if you want to. But I don't want anybody touching my
No,
feet.
I don't either.
Especially the same person that touches his feet.
Exclusive nails in the vintage
Oh, dear God.
area. Exclusive nails by Cindy, 832-465-5929.
And Randy Borcherding with Paint House has offered to make exclusive colors for that.
Cindy's
for
exclusive
Cindy's,
nails.
yes.
He doesn't have spray out sheets. He's got toenail spray outs.
toenail spray outs.
It's like Bigfoot with these claws on it.
All right, guys. I'm.
This poor guy's on the
What
other
did-
end of this.
Well, he's on the other end. He's
What did
shaking his
what
head.
did I
kind of
join
going,
into?
What in the world are y'all doing, and what are y'all talking about?
Well, we're trying to pad the time because Mars can't seem to get
Oh,
his
boy.
act together down there at the
Here we
other
go.
end.
It's
Well, while
one of
we're
those
padding
days.
time,
All right,
did you hear this?
Well, I think Gary. Gary, can you hear? You're there, aren't you, Gary?
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
Yeah,
okay.
So, Gary, with the argument that we had
go
before
to
you
Gary.
joined us, is it Gary Peltier or Peltier?
The first pronunciation was correct. Everybody says Peltier, but it's actually pronounced Peltier. That's French. That's coon ass as you can get.
Well, yes, because my dad had a friend, one friend, over there in Louisiana, and his name was Peltier, and it's spelled just like yours. And so I thought, it's got to be Peltier. And you're close to Louisiana, so I figured, well, what the heck.
Yes.
Evadale, the Evadale Raceway. It's a drag strip. Is it cut in the pine trees out there?
That it is. We were originally concepted as a private airport.
Wow.
And that went away, and it stayed stagnant for a while. And then we it was after a car show and cruise night in a local adjacent town, and got with the owner and said, "Hey, let us come out here and make a little bit of money." And it spread through wildfire like that car show and cruise night. And we waited like an hour and 45 minutes to get in the gate the very first night. That's how far backed up it was.
How cool is that, though? Obviously, you fulfilled a need up there. So are you running cars every weekend up there?
Yes, sir. We try to race every weekend. In fact, this weekend it's Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
It's the Show Me the Money Index Series.
That is correct. We're paying out $7,000 tonight.
Whoa.
Wow, just tonight.
Just tonight.
Is there a place for spectators?
Yes, we have. We actually have some unique grandstands. We got grandstands on both sides, but there was a facility in Beaumont years ago that was torn down, a Coliseum, and we got the center section out of this Coliseum, and right where the monster trucks would drive through the middle of the grandstands and come out into the Coliseum.
Yeah.
We got that section, and we've actually put it right over the drag strip. So it's just a few hundred yards behind the burnout box.
Oh, so you can look down
cool.
the track from the spectators. It's kind of like
You could get all those little bitty spots of rubber all over your face.
Get a face full of smoke. Yeah.
Get you right up in the action. The bleachers are pretty high up off the ground, so it kind of keeps you away from that and then, say, a couple hundred yards back. But it's got a unique feel like no other track that I've ever been to.
Gary, explain to everybody. Now, we're coming from Houston. So how would we get to Evadale Raceway?
It's very easy. I-10 East until you get to the Vider exit. You're going to take the Vider exit, and you have to forgive me on the exit number. And when you take that Vider exit heading north, it is actually 15 minutes. You can turn left into the track.
Wow.
Oh, well, that's not bad at all.
That's pretty
So
close.
that's the Vider exit. That's from the main street in Vider, right?
That is correct.
Yeah.
That is 105.
Yeah, that's 105. And then the next exit is Highway 12. So if you get to Highway 12, you went too far, you need to back up one. Okay.
That is correct.
Oh, there you go.
So all I can think of is a drag strip that I used to hang out at when I was in high school called East Tex Dragway. And it was up on US 59 and just north of what is now Kingwood. None of that was up there. And 59, I think back then at that time, was only a two-lane road that went up to the Piney Woods. But I will tell you that this particular drag strip was cut into the pine trees. And it was just wide enough for the strip, the return road, and when you got down toward the start line, there was just enough room for, I don't know, some real small bleachers, maybe 10 rows of bleachers for people to sit. And if you wanted to park your car, not race your car, but park and be a spectator, you parked underneath the pine trees all around.
Yeah.
And that's what, from what you've described to me, that's kind of like what you got going on up there.
It brings back the memories.
Yes, it has the same feel, just in the woods type track. And so we converted it over from an airstrip, so it still has that old-timey hot rod gasser feel to it, if you will.
Oh, cool.
Do you have any gassers that run out there?
We do, and we do have a couple of events that kind of cater to those guys. And I've also kind of switched gears a little bit. I also got another facility in Lufkin, Texas, which is an hour and a half north from Evadale. And our next nostalgical class will be July 17th at Pine Valley Raceway. We're going to have outlaw fuel altereds. We're going to have some top fuel Harleys, and we even have some vintage top fuel Harleys.
That is cool. I mean,
I've got a friend that races up at your Lufkin location. Rick Mortimer, he runs his 55 Chevy up there all the time.
well, I mean, to me, this is a great day trip. Drive up there, go to the races, and if you need to, drive back or go find you a hotel or motel somewhere. I mean, it's fun stuff. Do you race on like a Sunday afternoon?
We try not to do a lot of stuff on Sundays, although we do have 3-day events here and there. This weekend, on our Sunday, we have a car show, a truck show, bike show, and then a sound off, or crank it up contest, if you will. There's a local club out of Beaumont, Texas, that's coming. That's
Team Bass Outlaws.
Like a cackle fest.
The SummerSlam 2K21 car show and sound off is tomorrow.
See,
Yes, sir.
we have an event that we're going to tomorrow. It's a event here at Bayway Chevrolet down in Pearland, and it's a charity event. It's for Wheelchairs for Warriors. So that's going to be 2 to 6 tomorrow. Otherwise, I might have to take me a trip up there to Lufkin or over to Evadale Raceway. Because from my experience, the cars there are different than the cars here.
Absolutely.
And it's a whole different set of guys out there enjoying their cars and taking them down the drag.
They come up out of the woods, but he does get some draw out of Houston and some from over in Louisiana because he's so close to the line.
Yes, sir, that's correct. In fact, like today's event for this index series that we're doing, we do it once a month throughout the whole year, and there'll be cars from several surrounding states that'll show up for this.
So do you draw heavily from Louisiana as well?
Yeah, some nights we have more Louisiana spectators and Louisiana race cars. Just depends on what's going on, but we're so close. We're like 40 minutes from the state line.
Oh, okay.
The exit is exit 860 off of I-10 in Vidor, and just turn north, and you said is about
15 minutes.
15 minutes north.
Yeah.
Off of exit 860. Pretty easy to do.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
And it will bring – it's been years since I've been out there, don't get me wrong, but it will remind you so much of being at Porter in those days whenever you could just go racing for fun, and you just did it because you could.
Yeah. Well, it sounds
we try to be a big family facility. We do a lot of stuff with the kids even during the night, during the race. We'll stop and we'll put the kids on big wheels, or we have a junior dragster program that we do, and we just – like I said, we try to be a family facility. We don't sell alcohol or nothing like that. So,
is the track lit?
Yes, absolutely.
It is.
Just not the people.
It was an airport, so that it's got lighting.
Very nice. Well, I'm thrilled. Mr. Mars set this up, and I thought, well, wait a minute. I've never heard of Evadale Raceway. Well, now I have. And also Pine Valley Raceway up in Lufkin.
And your Show Me the Money Index Series is a monthly event, from what I can see.
Yeah.
So
Yes,
it repeats every month. I'm assuming it's about the third Saturday of every month.
Yeah. Well, fun times to be had by all. There's no doubt about it. Well, Gary, it's great to talk to you, and I assume that there's a Facebook page or a website or something like that.
It's already posted on our Facebook page.
You can check out all our events on both our Facebook pages, so Evadale Raceway or Pine Valley Raceway, and you keep current with everything that's going on.
Yeah, I've already got Evadale. I'll put Pine Valley up on our Facebook page as well.
Like I said, we have everything from some new age stuff all the way to nostalgical events. Like last night we try to do first Friday of the month. We do what we call Friday night call-outs, and it's for daily street cars, trucks, and bikes. And we just do this to help keep the young ones from racing on the street. Yeah. It got so bad in Beaumont, Texas, and they had an incident that it just kind of compelled us to do this. So we lowered the price. It's $10 to get in. It's $10 if you want to race. And if you keep your wristband, you get in tomorrow for the same price.
Oh, wow.
We pretty much turn this facility over to these guys on Friday night. They do dig races, roll races, third honk races, everything they would do on the street, but we give them a safe facility to do it at.
So if you need to classify cars, is there somebody there that puts you in a class if you don't know what your class is?
Yes, absolutely. And then on this Friday night call-outs, like I said, it's all daily, like stuff that these guys drive back and forth to work every day.
So you could bring the vet, Don, and have no class.
So it's basically like grudge racing, grudge matches and stuff. So
yes, absolutely.
That's sort of what you see on these TV
there's
shows.
No timing system.
Just first man to the end.
For the Friday night call-outs, there's no timing system and no flashlight. It's a flashlight start, so there's no timing system and no prep, and so it's just like these young ones are on the street. So kind of give them that same feel.
Explain the flashlight start, because you don't see that very often. Not on a track.
It's just like you see on TV on Discovery Channel for like the Street Outlaws. Yeah, same thing. In fact, I had one of those guys testing there last night. I had Scott Taylor from New Orleans. I have several of those Street Outlaw people come and test with me during the middle of the week, and then I have 2 to 3 events that I do with them a year that really draw a huge spectator crowd.
Oh, well, you need to let us know when you're going to have one of those, because I'd sure love to come out and see it. I know Scott Taylor's got Track Doe, which is his Firebird, but my favorite car of his is John Doe, which is his Oldsmobile Cutlass Supreme, which has very little Oldsmobile and no Cutlass Supreme.
Scott was with us all day yesterday with Track Doe car.
How fun.
Cool.
In East Texas, at Evadale Raceway.
Right.
I'll let y'all know, man. I'd love to have y'all, and I'll definitely let y'all know when the next Street Outlaw event is coming up, and I'd love to have y'all come in.
Awesome, cool.
Yeah, that's certainly a possibility. And, we'll bring the ice chest full of ice and lots of Gatorade because it's going to be a little toasty around those parts.
Well, it's closer to Mars's house. We'll have to drive all the way out there then.
Yeah,
now we get to know what he feels like. Get a 2.5 hour head start.
Yeah, that's right. 2.5 hours.
Show.
Gary, it's great to talk to you, man. Thank you so much. We really appreciate your time today. The Pine Valley Raceway and the Evadale Raceway, they're up on our website, and we hope to see you again soon.
Racing in the Pine Woods.
Yep.
Yes, sir. Thank y'all. Y'all have a great day.
You do the same.
Thanks.
Thank you. That was fun.
Yeah. Well, I didn't realize the track Drew had that big a draw. That's pretty cool.
But what else is around there? There's nothing. So, guys that are into cars, I mean, they're all working guys.
Oh, yeah, looking for a
but
track.
Listen to the
only
story.
track over in Lake Charles is they use the old Air Force base. They used to drag race there, but now it's strictly sports cars.
That's the story. It was an abandoned airfield.
Well, it is, yeah, but so
they brought that back to life in their own way.
Oh, very much so.
Yeah.
Very much so. Well, cool. Yeah, we need to get Mars to connect with him, and next time they have the Street Outlaws
and if
guys
nothing
go out
else,
there
what
and
we
do a
could
remote.
do is after this show, we just gang up and go on over there.
Yeah, because particularly this time of year, they're running mainly in the evenings and at nights because of the heat. It's awful warm in them pine trees. There ain't no breeze.
I can't be in a gang.
You're in a gang, whether you like it or not.
An award-winning
If you haven't
gang.
figured out
Much
that,
less with a bunch of sweaty men.
there is that.
All right.
All right. Are we ready to do the
boy.
events calendar? Because there's events. We got an event tomorrow, as a matter of fact.
We have a big event tomorrow down at Bayway Chevrolet. It is Wheelchairs for Warriors fundraiser and car show. The car show starts at 2, but you want to get there earlier than that so you can get yourself registered.
Mm-hmm.
And it goes to 6 p.m. And it's going to be, the display area is going to be, as you look at Bayway Chevrolet, it's going to be on the left side or the west side over where the used cars are. They're going to kind of clear the lot out for the show.
Yep.
There's going to be a bunch of food trucks there,
Yep.
and we'll be there. We'll be there from 2 to 5 broadcast.
So if you go, well, I don't see them. Well, we're going to be right back there behind the used car office. And
So they're going to put us in the corner.
we're
Put
gonna-
baby in the corner.
I'm
baby in
used
the
to
corner.
that.
Yeah. So we'll be there.
Oh, yeah. So come on out and say hi.
2 to 6.
Bring a cool car. We'll put you on the air.
Yep.
Come on out and tell us what kind of car you brought, and we'll be happy to put you on the air and talk to you. If Mars can find you and get you to show up on time for the interview, we'll be happy to.
Little dig there.
What are you trying to say?
Of course, the car may be something completely different than what he has written down, but whatever. All right.
What are you trying to say?
Please continue.
Well, some of the other stuff that's coming up is Saturday, July 21st in Cold Spring is their truck and bike show at the Cold Spring, Texas Community Center. And then, in September 25th, Woody's 3rd annual waterfront car show at Topwater Grill, and we'll be there as well.
Yes. We'll actually be
broadcasting live.
there this year. We're not going to try to do that hanky-panky that we did last year that just didn't work out.
And then, of course, next weekend is Tailpipes and Tacos at Lupe Tortillas
In Katy, Texas.
At Kingsland
Kingsland
and
and
99. And but they're also going to have
2 other locations.
at the I'm going to say downtown, but
it's called the
Greenway Plaza.
Well, it's called Westview location, and the other one's out in Tomball.
up in Tomball.
Out
on
there by you.
249. Very close to me. I keep waiting for us to do our show from there, so I don't have to wake up an hour early.
No hanky-panky,
Drive
but there
all the way
will be
down here.
hokey-pokey.
And
So-
if you don't like it, you can turn yourself around.
There you go.
And then racing calendar.
If you want to.
Yeah, so today or tomorrow is going to be the Tasca Parts New England Nationals. Erica Enders, as of last night, was qualified 3rd in Pro Stock. And then on June the 27th is Summit Racing Nationals in Norwalk. On the 18th is the SRT Mile High Nationals at Bandimere. NASCAR is tomorrow night at Texas for their All-Star race, but they're going to be racing trucks in Xfinity today. And then on the 20th, at Nashville Superspeedway with the Cup cars.
Yep.
First time they've been to Nashville in forever. Formula One is going to be on June the 20th at Circuit Paul Ricard for the French Grand Prix. The following week on the
Paul
20th.
Ricard, isn't it?
Yeah, Richard. Tomato.
Okay, yeah.
And then on the 27th, they're going to be in Austria at the Red Bull Ring. Today and tomorrow,
I want to go to the nose ring.
the toe ring.
Belly
or the
ring.
toe ring, yeah.
No, belly
That's
button
your
ring.
that's your cup of tea there.
Belly button
And then
ring.
today and tomorrow, Detroit at Belle Isle.
Yep.
The Detroit Grand Prix. And actually, the Corvettes are qualified first and second in the GTP
All
or
right.
GTLA.
I got to cut you off now because I know that Mars is going to go long with his review
Here we go.
of the Cadillac CT5, which was not scheduled to run today. That's going to be tomorrow's, but because Mr. Mars misread, I guess. I don't know what happened. Did you go over there?
I'm going to have to look at that.
Did you smoke something?
I haven't smoked
and didn't
in
share with the
years.
rest of us.
I got to look at that. I'll have to look and see what I sent you.
It's a
'Cause
typo.
It's not what I have written down.
It's a typo.
Becky Mars is watching.
I know. That's why I'm not admitting to anything.
Well,
Gina, hi Gina.
I'm not exactly sure what I did with it. I've got it somewhere, but
Look at this. This is
Yeah,
mine.
yeah.
It's mine.
I've got written right here.
Jeff, you're not helping, Jeff.
612, and right there you'll
Sorry.
notice that it says Mercedes-Benz E450.
I
That's
can't-
what I
can't-
have here.
I can't see that from here.
Here, pass that down.
No, I don't have time to mess with that. I got a review.
Well,
to
no,
do
I think
here.
we
Made enough mistakes.
I think
Let's not remind
I think
him.
what we've done is we've just canceled that car
We have
review.
now gone over
and we're
Becky
not-
will remind him of more things when he gets home this
We
afternoon.
have gone
Oh, trust
over the
me,
time.
I will.
Okay, for the bottom of the hour break.
Go ahead, Mars.
So
Just whatever
my
damn,
review.
whatever
We've
damn
only
car
got
you
3
got.
minutes now.
Yeah.
Tick-tock, because I'm going to cut you off.
2021 Cadillac CT5-V series rear-wheel drive vehicle. We're talking about a luxury midsize sedan. Some people may call it a small vehicle, but it's pretty big for being in that category. It has a long, lean. To me, it's an almost coupe-like look to it. Very angular, wedge shape to it, and I really like it because of the long hood, the short deck lid in the back. Very performance-oriented. It's got a mesh performance grille up front because it is the V series. Got body color side moldings, rear tail spoiler, LED lighting all around, and it's vertical lighting in the front and in the rear of it, and that makes a big difference in the way it looks going down the road because it stands out real well. V-Series got Bimbo brakes on it. We're rolling on some 19-inch alloy wheels that are optional with
Wait a minute.
what did I say?
Bimbo.
You said
And
bimbo.
the bimbo
It's
brakes.
And the word of the day is
Stripper.
There it goes. So it's Brembo brakes to stop the 19-inch alloy wheels with run flats on them. And I'm not a big fan of run flats, but I didn't even notice these were being very harsh, which is my problem with them.
It's a
well,
stiff
bimbo
sidewall.
runs flats.
So I'm going into the interior now, leaving y'all leave me alone. So the front seat, it's a semi-aniline leather seating. The front seats and the rear seats are heated and ventilated. The rear seat is a split folding seat. It's got an interior lighting package on it, a Bose 15-speaker audio system in it, a 10-inch touchscreen for you're going to find all your convenience controls and stuff in the center stack. Got a 12-inch digital instrument cluster and a heads-up display on it that's got lots of stuff on it. Some of it I still haven't figured out. We had several different packages on this interior thing. We had the Platinum package, Premium package, and the Technology package. So it brought in a lot of features and a lot of things, a lot of technology in here. One thing is the trunk on this thing is only 11.9 cubic feet, but it opens wide up, almost 90 degrees, and I like that. I hate hitting my head when I'm trying to put stuff in there. So you can put a lot of stuff in here even though there's not a lot of room in there. Now, up under the hood, it's got a 3.0-liter twin-turbo V6. Now, this version of it has 360 horsepower, 405 feet-pound of torque, and it's backed by a 10-speed automatic. I'm going to get to this in. And the EPA says you should be looking for 18 in the city, Highway 27, and combined 21. I got 19 because this thing runs on premium fuel, and it's got a launch control, and it's got a traction management system that's very similar to the Corvettes on it. So it's very much that V-Series brings in some performance into this luxury sedan, which is really nice because it's a smooth, quiet, Cadillac comfortable ride, I think. But it's got performance to it. I mean, it's not a race car. It's not like the big hopped up one, but it's very performance oriented, and when you drive it, you feel like you're driving a hot rod instead of a little bit of a luxury car. If you're looking for something to compare it to, you're going to look possibly at the Genesis G70. There's a lot of them out there. It starts at $46,200 plus options. BMW 3 Series, you can get in there at $41,250 plus some options. An Audi A4 at $48,785 plus options. Even a Volvo starts at $48,000. So you can get a base CT5-V for $47,795 as the starting point. However, we had some options, as I mentioned. We had several of the technology packages and things like that. That pushed the MSRP as tested up to $63,445 in a car that, if I had the money, I would consider buying.
The end.
The end.
The In Wheel Time Car Show streams on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and InWheelTime.com. Podcasts available on your favorite podcast provider. The In Wheel Time Car Show continues right after this break.
Let me tell you about a locally owned and operated group of dealerships called Bayway. Bayway owner Daryl Wisniewski is born and raised right here, and he knows Houstonians better than anyone. Bayway Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram, Bayway Lincoln, and Bayway Chevrolet are managed by Lincoln Stahl. And when you get to know these guys, you'll want to become part of the Bayway family, too. Feel good that you're part of Houstonian-owned Bayway Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram.com, BaywayChevrolet.com, and BaywayLincoln.com. Remember the name, Bayway. Tailpipes and Tacos expands again. Now you'll be able to participate at 3 Loopy Tortilla locations. Tailpipes and Tacos is Houston's premier Saturday morning cruise-in, featuring made-to-order breakfast tacos, fresh coffee, and good times. Mark your calendar for Saturday, June 19th for Tailpipes and Tacos, now at 3 Loopy Tortilla locations. Highway 249 in Tomball, West U on 59 near Kirby, and in Katy on the Grand Parkway at Kingsland Boulevard. At Tailpipes and Tacos, you'll see collector cars, hot rods, customs, magnificent originals, and resto mods. Cars from all over Southeast Texas cruise in and show off in a friends and family event at 3 Loopy Tortilla Mexican restaurants in Katy, Tomball, and West U. Drag racer, car enthusiast, and Loopy founder Stan Holt brings you Houston's hottest cruise in, Tailpipes and Tacos, Saturday, June 19th, 8 to 11 a.m. The In Wheel Time Car Show will be broadcasting from the Katy location. Tailpipes and Tacos, Saturday morning, June 19th, 8 to 11 a.m., now at 3 locations, Tomball, Katy, and West U, weather permitting. You see all the new ceramic car wash cleaners on TV now, but John Gray at Gulf Coast Auto Shield has been using ceramic coatings on Houston's most expensive cars for years, and he'll tell you that nothing beats the real thing. Gulf Coast Auto Shield installs a coating over your paint that actually comes with a warranty. If you just picked up your Lambo, your Aston Martin, Porsche, Ferrari, any other exotic car, chances are your car will have company that have already found Gulf Coast Auto Shield. Now, you don't have to own an exotic. Maybe you got a truck, an SUV, or even an older vehicle that needs a little love. Well, let John Gray give it a look and give you an estimate on refurbishing that paint and making your vehicle look new again. How about getting a gift certificate for the wife's birthday or anniversary from Gulf Coast Auto Shield and tell her, honey, I know you love your car, so why don't we get it looking new again? It'll be the best gift ever, one that she'll never forget. Get hold of John Gray at gcautoshield.com or give him a call, 832-264-0670. Gulf Coast Auto Shield. That's it for this podcast episode of the In Wheel Time Car Show. I'm Don Armstrong, inviting you to join us for our live show every Saturday morning, 8 to 11 a.m. Central on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and our InWheelTime.com website. Podcasts are available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, iHeart Podcast, Podcast Addict, TuneIn, Pandora, and Amazon Music. Keep listening, and we'll see you soon.